Let's see.
Oh, we are live. Are we live? Let's see here.
I don't know. I don't even have the chat open right now. Give me 1 second. I'm like,
let's see.
So behind on everything.
Start getting viewers rolling in, or not.
Oh, yes. Oh, okay. I see. I see you. I see you. I see your video. Oh gosh, this B&H ad. As much as I love B&H, their ad is kind of in your face.
Hey, what is good, everybody? If you're watching this live stream after it has aired, just to let you know, there's going to be some show notes and timestamps down below in the description or in the comments that you can use to navigate through the show notes today or whenever this was filmed, just in case you see this later on. But everybody else that's here live, welcome, and thanks for joining Jason Vong and I. Holy smokes, where numbers are piling in.
Nice. You with your preface of this video.
I got to, man.
Yeah,
you know, if you don't say anything at the beginning, people just get really frustrated. They click on the video and they're like, "What is this crap?" You know, like they're like, "Who are these two people? I don't even know who they are." So
and they comment, "Is this still live?" And it's like,
I feel so bad. They'll leave a comment in the comment section.
It's like Q&A time. They like post their question, but it never gets answered. They're like, "Hello, guys, is this live?" But for those of you who are watching right now, it's confirmed you are part of the live show. So thank you again.
If you are here, yes.
Wrath Empire. No, this is not live. It's a pre-recorded show.
We're nobody. Wrath, we're nobody.
Guys. Well, I'm that one camera guy, and that's Jason Vong right there.
Yes. Hey, what's going on, hybrid shooters? I'm Jason Vong. How are all you doing? Hope you all got your Sony a7RIII and you got plenty of gas.
Whoa. What is this? Whoa, I don't know what this camera is right here. Oh, it's so sexy and beautiful. This must be the a7RIII that everyone's talking about. Ooh.
It smells expensive. That's what it smells like.
Yeah, it's like I eventually got my business card. Like I applied for a Chase business card and finally got in time. So I went to swap out the payment for it. Everything worked out fine. But then that $3,000 charge though was like was pretty damaging. It hurts, man.
It does. Oh wow. I'm the Brown getting this party started.
I'm the Brown. Oh, Tony Brown.
Tony Brown.
I don't know. Are you guys related?
I think you asked that already, man.
I love the joke about that. Let's see here.
Oh yeah, again, by the way, we are in the pre-show mode right now. We got about another 10 minutes till the actual show starts. So right now it's just a little bit of banter and talking with the chat and see what's going on.
Yeah.
So,
you know, Danny, I think someone left me a comment on one of my videos, and they were like, I don't know, someone was asking like if Sony sends me these gear, and then someone actually defended me saying that, nah, man, Jason buys everything with his own money. I'm like, thank you. That's the truth, man. That's the truth.
Jason's wallet's always hurting. It's basically what happens.
It's dead already. I buried that like 2 years ago.
Man, did that Sigma ever come in?
That Sigma is coming in tomorrow, and I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I completely forgot about that lens. I was just way too much fun with this camera. I'm just like, Sigma, what now? Like,
it's like, what is it? Why is it even important anymore?
I know. I'm just like,
I don't.
But it's coming in. It's coming in tomorrow, so I guess I'm kind of excited for it.
Oh, he doesn't care anymore about APS-C, guys. Just letting you know, Jason Vong no longer cares about the APS-C crowd, guys. I'm so sorry.
God, man, full frame all the way. But this guy right here, full frame all the way.
Full frame all the way.
See, Rodell photo. Tease me with your 135 Batis.
Oh yeah, that monstrosity.
I left it outside. I'm too lazy to go out and get it.
You left it outside? What the?
Yeah, it's outside of my room right now.
Oh, okay. I was like, he left it outside. He must hate it that much. He's like, it was the worst decision of my life. Why would I take this prime lens.
That lens it's sharp though. I used it at the wedding. So
I would
sharp.
imagine, man.
So sharp. Oh, hey, did you ever get your request for the 24 to 105?
I never put one in. I haven't put one in. I think I'm going to put a request for a 100 to 400 to test out for the weekend. Just a couple of more soccer tournaments going on, and potentially use it. I don't know. We'll see. 24 105 is the hot button, like the hot item right now. So
I have no clue. Yeah, what do you guys think? Is 24 to 105 something that you guys are more interested in seeing from us, or you guys want to see the 16 or the 100 to 400 that Danny's interested in picking up, or the 135 baddest? Let us know, man.
Hey, speaking of asking viewer questions, like, so you know that's that YouTube post thing where you're on your mobile phone, you can post into the video, into the actual notes or into your stream.
Yeah,
dude, I was like, why are people getting this? Like, I noticed it like a couple of days before I started seeing people that I was like, how they get this? I thought you had to have like 100,000 subscribers or something like that. And then all of a sudden you make a post and like, WTF, what the heck? When did this happen? And I'm like, Jason Vong didn't even tell me about this. And I keep looking around. How do I do this? And then I see it's like, oh, you just use your mobile phone, your app on your phone, and then you can make a post. And I was like, oh God.
Yeah. I was like, am I seeing like posts? And then like in the morning, because like I knew that feature was there like a long time ago on YouTube, like that community tab, like this little and then they just suddenly brought it back, and it's on mobile now, and I kind of like it. Kind of nice to like be able to share that update on YouTube, because like my Twitter, I don't think a lot of people follow my Twitter anyway, so the best spot for me to post update would always be like YouTube and Instagram. So it's really cool. It makes it easy to just give an update to people who are watching on YouTube, because I just feel like for us, the majority of our viewers would always get an update from us via YouTube instead of our other social media. So
yeah, I think it has some merits to it. I just got to be careful not to abuse it too much, because people are expecting videos in their little stream. But they have the option to filter those out. So it's not, I know I got a comment right away already saying about, this is great and all, but please don't make another post like this or something like that.
I think someone else left me that a very similar comment too. But
yeah, because you can filter it out. You can just disable the post option so you don't see those posts. But probably just use it infrequently once in a while. So yeah, that's the game plan for it. But yeah, it's just weird that they just activated all of a sudden. Again, folks, we are about 5 minutes before we start the show. Again, we are in the pre-show mode right now. You're watching Monday Live with Jason Vong and myself, aka That One Camera Guy.
Let's see here. Chris Mega Games says, don't you have to have a certain amount of views for the channel for that feature? I don't know. I heard you have to have like 10,000 subscribers, right? At least.
Potentially, yeah, I would assume.
Yeah. And then Timothy Vander Walker says 24 to 105, please. And
Zed Pro Media, what's up, dude? How's that overheating on the A7R3? Well, you know what, Lee? I got already zero indicators yet so far. So it's been really cold lately, so it's kind of hard to test. But it's on my
to-do. I heard we're gonna get some red flag warning this week, right? It's gonna be hot.
Oh, really? Just put the camera out in the sun and just.
We'll see. But my camera, my A7R3, never got warm when I was shooting the wedding the other day. So good sign. Good sign.
We'll see in the hot summertime, right?
Andre Brown says, when you shoot video for a wedding, are you using aperture below f4? Yeah, I always shoot. I shoot below f4.
Jason Vong's like, I shoot at f1.2, guys. That's how I roll.
1.2 all the way. 1.2 or bust.
I'm the Brown asked, if you could buy another A9 for the same price as an A7R3, would you buy another A9 or an A7R3? I'm the Brown. I would get an A7R3.
Oh, that's just interesting.
Yeah. I would get another A7R3.
That's just interesting.
Well, I'll get into more detail why. CJ Andrew says, my A7R III hasn't overheated yet.
Nice. I like how is this yet?
Timothy Vanderwarker. It's going to get his tomorrow. Okay.
Just going to call you Timothy V.
Timothy V. What's going on, folks in the chat? We'll get started with the show.
3 minutes.
A little bit.
EK Racer, what cameras are you guys using to film this? I'm using the A6500 right now with the 24 1.8 lens.
I'm using the Alpha 6500 with the 10 to 18.
Oh, did you stop using your RX 104?
I just switched it out today. That's all. Yeah, I'll probably switch back later.
Thomas,
man, I wonder how bad the wait is for the A7R III.
Yeah, a few commenters here have already said that their A7R III hasn't arrived yet, like not until like Friday or something.
Yeah, I was reading a chat or something about how the A7R III got kind of botched the delivery on the Amazon ordering. So if you ordered on Amazon, they didn't really get delivered on time. So
people who ordered from Adorama actually got theirs day of if they selected that option. So very jealous. Very jealous of the Adorama people.
It's all good. For me, I guess I just needed to get it before the weekend. That was the most important thing. So man,
I know I literally got mine like 8 hours before the concert, and I had to shoot that video that day, get it done before I leave the house. So it was a mess, man.
But that's the thing.
I got it that day of.
But that's the thing. You start getting faster and faster in your workflow. Hopefully, in some cases. But there's some videos
it's just more like, oh, the quality is just gonna drop, like whatever. Just post it.
Some videos just take a little bit longer. Some videos you can hammer out pretty quick. Like you said, the one that you just released, right? Took some time to get done.
Yeah.
So, oh man.
24 to 105 according to Schultz and AZ. Still back order as well. Dang.
See, I imagine if I just asked pro support, they'd probably be out of stock. I'll be like, it's that one camera guy asking, can you just get him on the list, please? He's gonna say it's gonna overheat. Like the lens overheats. Like, send it to him now. All right, Jason Vong. It is 7 o'clock, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to go ahead and get started this evening. Welcome to Monday Live with Jason Vong and I, that one camera guy. Tonight, we are going to be talking about the Sony a7R III. And again, if you're catching this after the stream, there's going to be show notes, hopefully in the bottom comment section, description, that kind of navigate through all of this. So right now, we are going to go ahead and get started with the hashtag NewGear a little bit, and then we're going to jump into our topic of today, which is the A7R III, sharing our experiences using the camera for the last 4 to 8 plus hours, and obviously taking questions from you guys, the viewers, and figuring out what you guys want to know about what's happened so far. So we are, again, starting off with hashtag NewGear. Let us know what you got recently this week or last week if you didn't get a chance to go ahead and drop that line for us on the show. Jason Vong, we are going to go ahead and start with you. How much is your wallet hurting today?
It's painful right now. It's still screaming. But I mean, I'm happy. I got the A7R III. Boom.
Like that's all that matters. That's what makes me happy.
Yeah, it does. I honestly, I don't know, man. That's the only new piece of gear that I got until tomorrow when I get my 16 Sigma.
Man, I'm wondering if I should order it or not, but I'm gonna just wait.
What are you waiting for?
I don't know. I'm so bogged down. I have like 4 videos on queue that need to be made. Actually 5.
Understandable.
And
yeah.
so it's like I've recorded all this content, even for I had a video for the A6000 with the 55 to 210, and I recorded so much content and got it all set up. I just haven't had time to actually go through it and dissect it. And it's one of the problems I suffer a lot, where I just can't find the extra time to just make it happen. But the thing is, since the A7R3 came out, obviously that's got to be the talk of the town right now. You know, you got to hammer in the A7R3. It's just kind of you got to attack this topic while it's still hot, because in another month, most people are probably going to be done talking about it, because the A7 S3/A7 III.
Yeah. No, yeah, I completely agree. I mean, I have like several videos. They're not even filmed yet. They're just ideas that I wanted to do even before Black Friday. And it's just like I have to put all of them on pause because, like you said, you know, we got to tackle the A7R3 topic right now. We got to go ham on this camera before the next thing gets announced.
Yep, so, exactly. And you know what? It's like you just drop $3+ grand. You gotta hustle some videos. That's how you gotta look at it. So, I mean, I'm just being honest with everybody. There's no cloak here, okay? I'm just letting you know, because of the expense of the camera, it's like, okay, well, I got to think of different video ideas. A7R3 versus A9, A7R3 versus A9 versus a something overheating challenge.
and the thing is, you know, we couldn't wait to really make the review. We can spend the month and be thorough about a review, or we can just start cranking out mini videos right now and, you know, kind of satisfy the people who are interested in knowing the performance of the camera. So for me, I'm just like trying to make these bite-sized little videos until I curate enough materials for me to actually make a full-blown review.
Yeah, no, that's the thing though. That's what it's kind of boiled down to. And I hope, you know, people understand that's kind of the approach it has to be at this time. But it's just fun, you know. It's a hustle, it's a grind, and I'm just glad I'm making videos again. You know, it's just
me
kinda...
too, man. I'm happy. Like when I saw your first few videos, I was like, arbitrage. Danny's arbitrage. How to hustle, charge $75 for portraits. I was like, oh shit. Dang.
Oh man, that should be like a shirt.
Oh crap.
$75 per portrait. They're like, how do you do that? No, it's good, man. I'm always like looking at what Jason's doing, guys. By the way, it's like I see Jason making videos. I'm like, crap, I gotta get another video out. And then when the A7R3 came out, I was in such a panic to get my video out before Jason. It was though. It was like, because here's what happened. So Jason actually got his camera ahead of time. So I was at work. I just texted him, and I'm like, hey man, did your camera come in yet? And then I'm like, I'm stuck at work. And then Jason's like, he sends me a picture of the A7R3. And I'm like, you son of a... I was just like, damn it. And then I was thinking to myself, okay, I don't get home for like another 6-7 hours. And then as soon as I got home, it was like really late already. And it was, I got it on a Friday, right? It was Friday came in for you too, right? Friday.
Yeah.
And then Saturday I was going to go out and go shoot soccer. And so I was just like, oh, you got to be kidding me. So I just hammer out the unboxing, and I was like, God, where's Jason's video? I was like, he's got to have a video out ready. So
no, man. Like I saw your video when I got back, and I was like, crap, my video is still uploading. You beat me to it. Because like when I was putting together my unboxing video as well as my setup video, like literally, I was just telling you about it earlier, that once I was done with that video, I literally had to like export and upload and leave the house and go shoot the concert. And then come back, I had to like leave to my friend's house because we had to shoot a wedding the next day early in the 7 a.m. in the morning. So like I left one of my computers running at home, uploading that video while I drive to my friend's place, which is like an hour away. Got to his house, it was still uploading, and I had to push the upload button at like 12 a.m. in the morning. And I was like, crap, man, Danny beat me to it. I was like, oh.
Hey man, your video paid off though, dude. It got crazy amounts of views. So
I'm like surprised. I was like, should I even publish this video at 12? Who's gonna watch it? And then the next morning it was like freaking like 17,000 hits. I was like, ooh. But yeah,
I'm gonna start typing into your videos in before 100,000 views.
All my videos are like under.
Hey, you never know, man. Could be one of those days. Yeah, so hashtag NewGear, right, Jason?
Yeah, well, we got so carried away. Danny, what did you get, man?
All right, so I got...
What's the mysterious item that you've got?
I got the A7R3. I got this Peak Design strap. Oh, so I went and got this. This Peak Design.
That looks cool. That looks awesome. It looks very thin.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Is that the leash?
Yeah, it's the ash color, I guess. Yeah, I'm really digging this one. I've got the 55 f1.8. Love this lens on the A7
Oh
or
my
3 in
god, that's what I
particular.
have on my camera.
You're just missing your peak design, your leash, man.
I didn't even put on any sort of leash on my camera.
Really?
I just went out like this, no protection except with a screen protector, of course, but no
Oh
protection.
yeah,
Just
I'm. You know what? There's one piece of advice I got to give about these Sony cameras. You need a screen protector. Like, do not go out there without one.
I can't.
It's
We can't stress this enough because I've used countless A7S2s for productions, and it breaks my heart to see the screen just so scuffed up and roughed up. And I'm just like, why don't you guys just put a screen
it
protector on it?
kills the resale value if you ever plan to resell it. Like, it's just gonna take
That
a hit.
that and if you get Sony to replace your screen, it's just going to be a lot more expensive for yourself.
Yeah.
So it's
I don't
yeah,
know, man. It just drop the extra $20 or something. Get a screen protector on your Sony camera. I mean,
yeah,
you already
it's
spent
worth it.
that much money at that point. Um,
While
so
you're
I
at it,
also
buy a couple lenses as well. Drop 3 grand, you might as well drop another three for lenses.
Oh shoot, you know it. That was the reason. It's so tough. I always get those questions, and everyone's like, "What can I get for this much?" And I'm like, It's so hard to recommend. It's so
Yeah,
expensive. So
it's tough.
yeah. So the other item that I got recently that just came in today was the Manfrotto B-Free tripod. Um, so I got one of those. I've been using a regular photo tripod to like record my B-roll while I'm out and about. And so I was like, you know what? I kind of want something that I can take with me that has like a fluid head on there. Um, well, kind of, whatever. So I went ahead and picked one up. I haven't unboxed it yet. So we'll see how that goes. I'll try it out when I'm out on the field. So
I
yeah.
I just gotta warn you that it's good. It's not going to be as smooth as your regular fluid head Manfrotto tripod because it's just very thin. So there's not
Yeah.
really a lot of stability and a lot of friction. So when you do actually do any pan or tote, it's not going to be as smooth as if you had it with a regular Manfrotto tripod. So it's a great tripod though. Like I'm using it right now on the A6500. We use it for weddings. It's just nice and compact. But if you're looking
Yeah.
for anything like stability in terms of your toting and your panning, then you just got to be careful with that.
What was also interesting is that I'm just starting to use my phone more to do B-roll stuff. I don't know about
Oh,
you.
shot on
Yeah,
Samsung 8.
I know. When I was at Universal Studios and I was like testing the camera out and I was filming, I didn't bring a secondary camera. I just brought the A7R III and a few lenses, and then I just brought my phone. And so I just did B-roll with it. I mean, the quality is really good, especially if it's not low light. And I think it worked well for what I needed to do. So
That's
who
mutiny, man. You
knows?
just got your RX 105. I thought that was the whole point.
I wanted to. It's just, I just don't want to pack any more cameras than I needed to. So, but yeah, I still use it.
Understandable.
I actually used the A9 to do more B-roll. I was using it my A9's my B-roll camera now. That's how I'm rolling right now.
Dang. Got
Everyone must be like,
down.
they're like, "Are you serious using the A9 for your B-roll shots?" So,
Danny's the
yeah.
type of guy who uses the 10 to 18 APS-C lens on his A9.
Yeah. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I've been thinking about the 12 to 24 more now because I want, a really good ultra wide lens that has really good quality versus the 10 to 18. So, but hey, the 10 to 18's light gets the job done, man, especially
Yeah,
with video. So,
it looks good on the A6500, so no complaints on my part.
but yeah, folks, sorry for the tangents and everything, but we are on hashtag NewGear. So let's see in the chat what everyone has picked up in the
All
chat. And
right.
Jason, whatever.
So Alan Ip says NewGear just got the 24 to 70 G Master, waiting on the R3 body now. Very nice.
What the heck?
Oh, still looking
24
for
to
it?
7. Nathan Valley. Just got the Zeiss Bodice 25mm f2 for my Sony Alpha 6500.
Very
Sweet.
nice. Timothy V says NewGear Sony 50 Macro, 85 G Master, 16 to 35 G Master, just waiting on the body and the 24 to 1. And dropping no, dude.
Jason, didn't you get the 50mm macro?
My partner did. So we both agree
Oh.
that we need the 50mm macro for the ring shots for
I
wedding.
thought I
So
saw something on your Instagram and you were holding that lens or something.
Oh, actually, no, that was my partner's hand. I was shooting
Oh.
photos with the A7R3. Yeah.
I was like,
It's surprisingly small. It was so light and it was so small. I expected like it being thicker and like bigger, but I guess not.
yeah. That's good though. I mean, I was even eyeballing that lens too. During the
It was
Black
on
Friday.
sale. It was almost like $120 off when I even posted about this deal. It was insanely like cheap for what it was. At least off.
Well, when you say $120 off, how much was it though?
I think it was like 500. Like
Oh,
500.
what the?
Hey,
$300.
It's so bad now,
guys.
It's so bad now because we're spending so much on lenses and cameras that it's just like, oh, $500, that's cheap.
I can't even afford the lenses. I just keep getting these stinking camera bodies. I have a problem. It's the worst. I still don't have my 24-70 G Master at some point, I guess. So let's see here. All right, Chris Mega Games. He's got the Elgato Cam Link, so he can use the Alpha 6500 for his new live gaming setup. Sweet.
Very cool. iSophie, NewGear, A7R3, 24-70 G Master, coming from an A6500 and simply blown away. Me too.
Oh, shoot. Wow, that's a big jump. That's a big jump. That is awesome.
You mean like an upgrade? Yeah.
Yeah, from the 6500, because the A7R3, and we even talked about it, it's like a 6500 full frame. It's basically a full frame.
Yep.
Crap, we gave that away already. But yeah, it's basically a full frame 6500. Chris Cheek, did you already get your Sigma 16mm f1.4 in the house?
I don't know, man. It seems like everybody's got their Sigma elsewhere outside of US. Everyone just messaged me. Yeah, I got my 16 already. There's like already 3 reviews out. I'm like,
who cares? They all want to see Jason Vong's review, so it's all good.
Thank you.
That's all that matters. Until the other big channels do it first, and we're like, damn it.
Yeah, then it's over. It's done. Gone. Rodell says, NewGear, the Evo and hated Rotolite 2 did a night shoot last night in Aliso with success. Oh. I think you should do a review of that, Rodell. Let us know. Bring it next time.
Yeah, awesome. Let's see here. Benjamin Hanna purchased a really nice variable ND filter from ScreenProtector. I've never heard of that brand.
I think it's the brand that has this little rotating disc thing that you can put on your camera for like an automated time lapse.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I guess
it's the same company that does that, I think. So I didn't know they produce variable ND filters. All right, let's see here. Okay. The Nguyen also got the Rotolite 2.
Man, everyone's getting that Rotolite.
Yeah,
let's see here.
Okay. I'm lost.
Hang on, folks. We're still on hashtag NewGear. Just letting you know, we're going to jump to the main topic of today in just a little bit. Just trying to catch up on the chat, making sure we catch our hashtag NewGear. And I'm the Brown just dropped $5.
There you go, $5. Recuperating our A7R3 funds.
I'm the Brown says that comment about the A7R3 is like a full frame 6500 is what the 6500 shooters needed to hear. Dang, did we let that slip? I don't know if I was supposed to let that slip. Oh man.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Kalef says, NewGear, not really, because it was a used A7 with 29,000 clicks. Can't wait for it to arrive. Hey, it's still a NewGear to you.
There you go. I almost got that A7. Damn it, almost.
No, man, after you use the A7R3, nothing compares.
No,
it's just done, you don't even want to use it.
I don't know. Noah Pettick is like, what? The A9 is like $5,000. That's out of my price range, and you use it for B-roll.
That's how Danny rolls, man. That's how Danny rolls.
Oh man, It's so hard to go
has the
back.
A9 and he benches it.
What's that?
I said you have the A9 and you bench it.
Yep, I benched the A9 for the A7R3. What's going on, Michael? We're not trying to ignore the chat, man. We just trying to have a good conversation. Don't hate us.
Jason Tanksley, NewGear just got the A7 II. Thinking about the 5518. You got it, man.
That's a good choice. Can't go wrong.
I mean,
with
if
Can't
Danny
go
and
wrong
I
with
have
Jason Vong.
the 55 mounted on both our cameras, it's telling you something.
Yeah, there's a reason why. There's a reason why. It's a terrible lens. Okay, moving on.
Let's see here. Chang Su says, NewGear, I bought the Sigma 16 for $390 in China. Really, dang, that's a good deal.
It's good. Sweet. Let's see. Screw you guys. But Man's like, screw you guys, is A7s. I just got a Panasonic G7.
Oh, what about that G9 though?
That's true.
That GH5S though.
Don's chill again. NewGear 16mm coming in Wednesday. Man, everyone's getting that. Jason Vong, you really plugged that thing.
Yeah, plug the crap out of that lens, man. NewGear just got the 6500 starting out photography. No need to jump to full frame by Rashad Smith.
Just don't put your hands on an A7R3. Okay, yeah, good.
Don't touch it. Don't touch it.
Warren Jackson switching from Canon. Oh boy, waiting for my pre-ordered A7R3 24-70 G Master and a 35mm f2.8. Nice setup there.
Very awesome. Austin Dunn, NewGear 24-70 A7R3, rocking on 15 1.4, rocking on 14 mil 2.8.
Dang, going for them budget lenses.
That budget Sony setup.
Greg Smith received his new A7R3 last Friday, upgrading from a refurbished Canon 6D.
You're gonna see it's a
Tag the shooter. Screen protector for camera. I have not gotten yet. Oh shit.
Tag the shooter. You were talking to us all weekend. You still haven't gotten your camera yet?
Oh, damn life. Oh, shoot.
Man, that frustration. I feel it. I feel that frustration.
What do you mean? You already got your camera, Jason.
No, but I mean, I can relate though. It's just like, you know, your label is created and and it's promised to come. What it's supposed to promise to ship on November 30th, and it's still in that label created status. It's just it's incredibly frustrating. I get you. You know what'd be funny, Jason? You know how you got like 4 batteries? You got like 3 batteries, a screen protector, you got all that stuff, and then imagine you didn't get the camera for like another week, and you had all these extra accessories for it. That would have been the worst. I would have built an altar with those accessories and put a sign that says A7R3. Now this is where my A7R3 would go if I had one. All right. John Paul says NewGear got the RRS plate for the A7R3, and if it's great, what's that? It's not the pinky grip?
I don't know. I don't think it's the pinky grip. It could be. Timothy Vanderwerker. I legit came from a crop sensor from Canon. Jumped to the Sony a7R3 16-35 24-105 50mm macro 85 GM Godox TT600S, 3 of them, Westcott rapid boxes, adapters, LOL, spend spree. Dang.
Let's see here. Jury Duder, NewGear, new eyepiece after I lost mine at 6,000 for the millionth time. How did you lose these things?
I lost mine like last week.
It pops up. It pops up very easily.
Shoot. When I was filming some stuff for an A6000 video that I haven't made, like finished editing, I lost my eyepiece. I actually dropped my A6000 twice.
Oh, twice. Okay. It's just $500. It's okay.
What the hell? Because you know what? You know how I was mounting the Atomos Ninja on top of it.
Yeah,
it got loose, and so it kind of got unwieldy, and I dropped it twice, and I was just like, "You gotta be kidding me!" And either I was just really tired, because it was after school, after work already. I was at the soccer field shooting, and I just dropped it. I was like, I dropped it once. I was like, okay, it's fine, and I dropped it again. Good thing the 70 to 200 G Master wasn't on there when it happened. It was just like,
Woo!
it was just the 55 to 210. It's okay. It's all. It'll be all right. Jeez. Man. And then that's when I lost the eyepiece. That's the whole point. That's when the eyepiece disappeared, and I just said YOLO. I just didn't care anymore. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it.
You don't need it. You don't need it.
Yeah. Jeez. All right. and I almost dropped the A7R III trying to take that Instagram picture. It almost slipped out of my hands. Right onto concrete.
I was just thinking all weekend. I was just like, man, it'd be funny if I dropped this camera day one. Thankfully, it didn't happen. All righty.
All right. Let's see. Jason, are we ready to talk about the A7R III?
I think we are, man. Let's just do it. Let's do it.
All right, folks.
I'm curious to know the performance of the A7R III.
Yep. Okay, so this is just going to be kind of our user experience, sharing a little bit about how we've been using it to cameras in the last 48 plus hours or so. And you're free to drop some questions in the chat, and we'll try to tag them and check them. Just make sure you have like a question mark or something like that, or a hashtag QA to make it easy for us to track later. But Jason Vong, how have you been using the camera, or what events have you used it for in the last 48 plus or so hours?
Yeah, so right when I got the camera, like I said, I went to go shoot a concert photography, and then the very next day, I went to go shoot wedding video. So I got a chance to kind of dabble in between the two worlds, photo and video, and I was very, very happy with my experience with the A7R III.
It's just a different animal, isn't it?
Yes.
When you're coming from the A7R II, it's okay. You know, A7R II, it's coming along. It's doing okay.
It feels primitive now.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
And so when you shot those events, I know you had 3 batteries.
Mm-hmm.
When you shot the concert, how many batteries did you end up going through?
I brought all 4 batteries actually. Never had to change one out. I never had to swap one out. I only shot for like 15, 20 minutes. And by the end of it, maybe like I still have like 70% left. And during that concert, I literally just held my shutter down. Like I ran the shutter. I filled up my 64 gigabyte card. I had to steal memory card from my A7R II just to keep on shooting. So.
Oh, wow. Wait, you ran up to 64 gigs?
Yeah, I hit the limit. It was a UHS-2 card, and I was just so amazed how fast it just cleared the buffer. Like I would have to shoot very sparingly with my A7R II. Like I would shoot with the A7R II at concerts, and I would have to let it, just clear out the buffer. So I would use the second camera, like an A6500, to keep on shooting. And when I hit the buffer on the A6500, I put that away, take my A7R II out, and it would still be writing in the photo. So it was frustrating to use the A7R II and the A6500 at concerts. But at this last concert with the A7R III, I just kept shooting with the A7R III. And never once did I have to let the buffer finish clearing out. Like I just kept on shooting and shooting. I never once had to take out my A7R II. And then when I took out my A7R II just for like funsies, start shooting with it, I immediately hit the buffer, and I was just like, man, was it always this slow? Did it always take this long to clear the buffer? So I was just like, forget about it. Like I put away the A7R II. I just like benched it in my bag, and I just started shooting with the A7R III and just kept on shooting the entire show. So on my A7R II, I might have only gotten like 10 photos, but with the A7R III, 940 freaking photos.
While we're talking about that, Alex Sandoval, what's good, man? Thank you for the $15. Really appreciate it,
Alex.
And it's because of you and everybody else here on the stream that keeps dropping money and making me feel guilty about not making videos. It's forcing me not to sleep anymore and making lots of other videos.
You got it, man. You got to make the videos.
I was like, man, everyone's like asking for videos, dropping money on the chat, the super chats, and I'm like, man, I gotta make more videos now, man. It's no sleep.
No joke though. I right before this live, I was 10 minutes late to the pre-show because I was finishing up a video on the A7R III. So after this live, I'll publish the video. I didn't want to steal your thunder, Danny.
Oh, what the heck? You should have published it, man. You would have been driving traffic to the stream right now, man.
Oh, is that how it works?
I don't know. It could.
No, I think if the live was happening on my channel and I dropped that video, it would alert people that I'm live right now. But if it's on your channel, I don't think so.
I should have got my video published. So yeah, but while we're talking about this little tangent, Yeah, I was working on a video today too. I got everything all set up, and I just haven't been able to export my files because right now, if you don't know, the A7R3, you got to use something like Capture One in order to actually work with the files. And so I was having issues just trying to export the files. And I typically just use Lightroom. So, and I have thousands of images to go through, and it's just kind of frantic right now. So, but yeah, hopefully I get the video out tonight.
Since we're on a topic, we're on this topic right now. You know how like we can rate photos on the A7R3, right?
Yeah.
So in Lightroom, will we be able to see the ratings before we import the photos, or do we have to import the photos first and then we'll be able to see the ratings? Because my whole understanding, or like what I thought was supposed to work, was that if we rated the photos on the camera and we bring it to the import window on either Lightroom or Capture One Pro, we would be able to see the ratings, right? That's how we would select and code through our photos, right? But for whatever reason, when I opened it up in Capture One Pro, it didn't show me the ratings. So for me to actually select the ones that are rated, I have to use the Sony's new Imaging Edge software to sort out all the rated photos and then drag that into a separate folder and take that folder and throw it into Capture One Pro before I started editing.
That's interesting. I know what you're talking about, though. I typically just import all the images, and then I just filter by star, and I can usually move it to a different folder if I need to.
So you would like that. But see, I wanted to do that, except Capture One Pro would have taken an hour for it to like import all the photos into the catalog, and I was like, I don't have time for this.
Do you ever just like import straight from the card into the program, or do you ever just transfer the files to a folder and then import at the location it goes to?
Well, usually with Lightroom, I just stick a card in and it just start selecting each photo that I want. So I was just hoping that in that import window, I would see that one star that I put in the photo in camera, so that I could just simply highlight it and move it into my library.
Now that's really interesting. Actually, we haven't really talked about this, have we? I don't know. I usually approach it just by the way I've been doing it, because since I do these YouTube projects where I'm testing out the camera, I have a folder dedicated to this one project. Let's say this testing the Sony a7RIII, and I keep everything in that section with all the photos I take. So I just transfer and dump them there, and then I import to location. So I don't know. Interesting.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what I do too. I separate it from all my other projects. It's just that I kind of wish that I'm able to see the rated photos right away, so that I don't have to import everything. Like as much as I like shooting all that 940 photos, I didn't want to go through them one by one again in the import window when I've already done that on camera. You know what I mean? Yeah,
I gotcha. Okay, cool.
Anyways, sorry, go on. How did you use your camera, Danny?
All right, so after Friday, Saturday came around, I went and shot like 3 to 4 soccer matches with the a7R3, and I started off using the Sigma MC11 adapter with the Sigma 120 to 300. My brain figured that it was going to work exactly like the A9, because that's what everyone's been sort of saying as far as the autofocus was concerned. And I got to tell you, Jason, I didn't realize this, but I absolutely missed the mechanical shutter. I missed it. I was so used to shooting with the A9. I got so used to the silent mode on the A9 that I got so used to it already, because coming from a DSLR, I was used to hearing that shutter sound. And then when I jumped back to the a7R3, and then you got the 10 frames per second mechanical shutter, it just was a joy, It's such a smooth sound. It's well dampened. And man, it was so enjoyable to shoot again. And not okay, granted, I'm not saying like, oh, it was terrible shooting with the A9. I'm just saying just having that feedback from the camera was really nice to have, instead of the artificial sound that you get from the A9, meaning that you took a photograph. Okay, I'm just saying it. In all intents and purposes, it's just for my own purse. I just enjoy the mechanical shutter there.
No. So I'm with you, man. It felt. I mean, like I can't obviously relate because I don't shoot much with the A9, but just holding it down and just hear that machine gun. I was just like, all right, okay.
It's really nice, right? Yeah, it's a really nice,
awesome
shutter compared to the a7R2, which was just like, it was like a big clunk the entire time. So Very,
and
very impressed.
and it feels like, you know, when I did a test where I did a side by side, and it just felt like the A7S II barely kept up. It was just like
Yeah.
dead, and then the A7R III would just keep on going. And keep in mind, when I was doing the side by side test, just running that shutter, both cameras were like RAW plus JPEG, extra fine JPEG, 42 megapixels, and the A7R III like outran the A7R II. It's insane.
No, this camera is something else. So in terms of autofocusing performance with the Sigma MC11, I would rate it on par with the A9. So if you
Wow.
want to adapt glass, I'm just speaking right now only specifically with this the 120 to 300, the performance was on par with what the A9 would do in terms of just focusing speed and accuracy. That's the impression that I got from the experience. It wasn't while I was shooting, it wasn't as if I was like, "Oh, man, I should go get my A9." Nah, I was like, "Hell yeah, I've got the A7R III. It's good enough. Like it's doing the job." And plus, I love using the crop mode on the A9, but with the A9, you know, I get a 10 megapixel still image in crop mode. But with the A7R III, I get an 18 megapixel still image in crop mode. So you might be thinking like, well, why don't you just crop in camera after the fact? Well, the thing is when you crop into your sensor, right? The autofocusing will work a little bit better because you're cropping into a smaller area, and the autofocusing will track the subjects better in crop mode than it would be if it was in regular mode. So that's what I really, really like about using the crop mode with the A7R III. I get 8 more megapixels than the A9. I'm still getting really great autofocusing performance. It's not on the same level as the A9, okay? It's not, you cannot compare it. And the silent shutter, the A7R III does not compare with the A9 at all. There's a blackout, like it stutters at 10 frames per second. I don't know if you noticed that or not.
I didn't get a chance
You know,
to even use silent shutter.
no, in 10 frames per second with
Oh, yeah,
mechanical.
yeah.
Even with mechanical, you notice
Yeah.
it stutters a little bit. Like it's not real time. With the A9, it's real time. At up to 20 frames per second, it's real time. So
Okay.
when you're tracking your subject, the A9 has the advantage. It absolutely does. And I noticed when I was shooting with the A7R III, because the camera would stutter when you're seeing your subject, sometimes my subject would be kind of framed a bit off because I couldn't keep up moving the camera because it kept stuttering as I was going. It's like a quick blackout on there. And so you couldn't track the subject all the way through accurately, but you get used to it, right? I'm not saying it's impossible. You just get used to it. But for those of you wondering about it, the A9 still has that strength. So if you absolutely need peak performance, sports shooting, the A9 can't be beat. And the silent shooting and everything, bar none, excellent. So that's what I had to say. And one thing I wanted to add, Jason, is you know how I'm talking about the buffer performance. I was shooting soccer with the UHS-2 card that filled up, and then I switched over to the UHS-1 card. My buffer never hit a limit. I was fine. I was shooting just raw, and I just kept shooting, and it still wrote the files off to the card. Never had a problem. And that's not even UHS-2, it was a UHS-1.
Oh, snaps. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So you don't need a UHS-2 card. Now, if you absolutely do not need a UHS-2 card at all, unless you absolutely need. I'm not saying you don't need it. I'm just saying if you're just generally shooting, you really don't need it. The only times that you'll get really annoyed is that if it's writing off to the card, you can't record video and you can't jump to certain menus. So there is a benefit to having the UHS-2 card because it'll offload the files a little bit faster, so you can quickly jump to another mode. So for someone like myself, it was kind of frustrating where I was shooting and then I was still waiting for the card to write and I wanted to record video, but I couldn't. But it was never a situation where I couldn't stop shooting. I could keep going if I needed to. I never felt any need for that or any concern. So it's amazing. It's really good. It's a big improvement.
And you know, since we're on the topic of autofocus, well, we were.
Yeah.
How did you're saying it's on par with the A9 with the autofocus?
I'm not saying the A9 will still autofocus faster. And my current impressions right now, I would still give the edge to the A9 the way it is. Low light, I still got to test a little bit more. I felt it was a little slower That was the feeling that I got out of the A7R III. But it's not like I'm saying, I'm not shooting. If I was shooting at the professional level, I'd be absolutely concerned. But I think if you're not needing to shoot at a professional level of sports, the A7R III's autofocus is really good. That's the way I see it. And once I go through some more of my images and look through them, I can give a better accurate representation of it. Or yeah, that'll be in a video. So I'll save that for a video.
So yeah, same here. Like I still need to like run some more tests personally myself. But the fact that when I was shooting the concert, that sometimes the stage would just go dark. You know, you can barely see their faces. You can barely see the musician's eyes. But with the A7R III, you know, it would still be able to find me a face in that darkness. If not an eye, at least a face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But with the A7R II, you know, if it goes pitch black or if a musician's wearing a hoodie, it's gone, man. You can't get the focus. So I would have to use the flexible spot, try to position to their face. But if they're wearing a hat or some sort of accessory that covers their face, the focus will go to them instead. But with the A7R III, it would just lock onto their face. It's pretty insane. And
yeah, it's ungodly. I mean, in terms of what it can do. And even I was kind of, you know, testing out the eye autofocus as well. And when it got close enough, even at a certain distance, it still tracked the eye. It was insane. It was just, I don't know, whatever wizardry they've got, it's really good.
And let me just pivot to the video part really quickly. Like in the next video that's going to come out from me, I talk about how I was shooting a bride walking down the aisle with the video, right? And the bride was literally at the start of the aisle, face is like freaking tiny as heck, and the A7R III still picked it up. So from so far away, right when the door popped open, immediately has the face detection box right on the bride's face. And I was like, holy crap, that's insane, you know? With the A7R II, it's like,
oh yeah, you can't trust that.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't.
The bride would have to walk at least halfway down the aisle, medium-ish shot before it even picks up her face. So the A7R III is just, dang man, just like even the tiniest space out in the distance, it will still pick it up. That's insane.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. That's all I can really say. It's really good. I don't know how they do it, but their tracking technology is really good with that camera. So
yeah, before I would think it wasn't a substantial improvement over the A7R II, but just seeing the autofocus was just wow. Like this is the exact problems that I never knew I had. I never realized until like the A7R III actually kept up with everything that I do. And I'm just like, crap, man, the A7R II, again, just feels primitive in that aspect. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still a great camera, but just from shooting 2 years with the A7R II day in and day out, it's just like, wow, there's this limitation that I've never realized.
You know what's funny too is when I was shooting at Universal Studios, it even tracked the face of a raptor. The box, yeah, the box actually popped up on top of a raptor, and I was like, I guess it tracks non-human subjects too. I think this is amazing. I think that'd be interesting too. Is like it starts tracking animal subjects, like non-human subjects. I don't know if anyone's actually really tested that out.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting. I just thought it was funny. I was like, what the heck? It's tracking this. Next up,
dog detection, cat detection, raptor detection.
That's where it's at, man. That's where the money's at right there.
Danny, the chat is going crazy right now because Manny Ortiz just dropped in.
What the heck? When did this happen? Was this like 5 hours ago?
I didn't even know. I was watching his the B&H talk, man. Like it was just killing me because like they're all talking about it. It was the day the A7R III announced it. I'm just like, I need my camera, and just like listening to them talk about it just like made me like so insanely jealous. It was awesome.
Jason, really quick, I want to ask you now, unless you want to jump to the chat. What should we do?
Let's just finish up. What's up?
All right, I want to ask you, with all this said and done about the A7R III, it can't be the most absolutely perfect camera. What is it about the camera you think is a con? Something you find an issue with the camera?
Okay, so that's exactly what my next video is about, actually. But it's just.
So I guess we shouldn't answer that question right now. Jason Vong's
I
going
mean,
to save that.
I mean,
Someone's
I'll
gonna
answer it. I'll answer it. Like people, I mean, I appreciate people coming out to our live chat, and I don't mind
yeah.
previewing what our topic is, and it's just great. You know, we have a live discussion right now. So I mean, it's nothing like huge. It's not like a huge issue I had with the camera. It's just something small. It's just something that I like to poke fun of, which is the record button on the A7R III.
Mm.
Like I absolutely like I don't hate it, but I'm jokingly saying like, oh, I hate where it's placed now because it's like near the eyepiece instead of on the side. I've never had an issue with the button being on the side with the older cameras, but with this one, whenever I have the camera near my face looking through the EVF shooting videos, like I would accidentally press the AF on button instead of pressing the record button. So it's just like, you know, I'm shooting video, something looks like it's about to happen, and I accidentally press accidentally press the wrong button, and I would get like, oh. So I have to like reprogram the movie record button to my AEL button right here, and also on the shutter, which is nice now because they give you an option to put it on the shutter. But because I was just so used to the dedicated record button being on the side, that this whole process just threw me off.
That's interesting. That's very interesting to know. I actually hate this record button on the A7R III. I prefer the record button on the A9, actually.
Wait, what? Aren't they in the same position?
They are in the same position, but the A7R III button feels cheaper, and then the A9 button feels. It's not the A9 record button is very. It's not. It's up very little, right? It's like. It doesn't rise very much on the A9. On the A7R III, the record button pops up too much, and it kind of feels laggy when you click it. I feel like it gets stuck almost. That's the impression I get on it.
You know what? Now that you brought it up, I experienced that myself as well. Like when I try to press the record button, it wouldn't initially record. I had to push it down even harder just to even trigger the recording. So that was another gripe I had about it.
It feels like there's a delay. It feels like there's a weird lag when you push down on it. I don't like that. I mean, I can get around it. I get used to it, but it's just an odd one.
Yeah, it's just something that it's just a little quirk that we would have to get used to. But for me, it's just I program it to a different button.
It's so minor in the grand scheme of things. The one thing I really liked is the Super 35. I don't know if you mapped it out to your camera.
Yes.
And for video, it is gold.
Yes.
It is gold.
Oh my yes, man. Okay, so
it's crazy, right? You just press the button.
And it works. It is just it puts you to Super 35 mode instead of you having to dig through your entire menu just to change that out. But one thing I will say though was I messed up initially setting up the Super 35 option. I would put it in my function menu instead. So when I toggle it, it would be like auto and manual, right? So in auto mode, it would be in Super 35 mode, but in manual, it would be in full frame mode. But then later in the day, when I try to toggle them again, it would stay stuck in Super 35 mode. And I'm like, what the heck? So it was just so confusing using that in the function menu. So I highly recommend, if you guys want to put Super 35 mode, have an easy place to access it, put it into one of your custom buttons.
Yep, I can't agree more. And Manny Ortiz just went ahead and dropped $10 saying tacos on me. Manny.
Hold on. Manny, how did you know, man? Because I was going to get some tacos after this live show. How did you know, dude? I'm so hungry right now, dude.
And then Michael Mistro, man, dropping $20.
$20. Damn.
Thank you.
You guys are awesome, Michael. Dude. Thank you. Dan, you better make some videos, dude.
God, Daniel, gotta make more videos. All right. So you know what I've done, Jason, and that problem you talked about is I got confused. I started when I was shooting. I tended to keep it on Super 35 when I didn't want it on Super 35. That was an issue I was having throughout the day. And what I did was I initially had my Super 35 mapped to C3, and then later on I said, why am I putting it on C3? I switched it over to AEL, so I can just do a one-hand bandit. I can quickly press AEL, boom, I'm in Super 35, and then press it again, I'm out of Super 35. So, I don't know. A9 doesn't even have that quickness. And that's the one thing I say, like the A9 really
Wait,
needs to get.
so you're saying it's better for you to have it on your AEL button instead of your C3?
I'm just saying because my thumb is right there.
Uh-huh.
I just press it. My C, yeah, I just press back there. Boom, I'm in there. The reason why this was the case, Jason, was because when I was at Universal Studios, I was recording like this. I was using my phone to record the back of the screen, and I couldn't reach the C3. Okay, I was trying to reach the C3,
okay.
so I just mapped it to AEL, and that's when it almost slipped from my hand, like when I was shooting. So, but that's the reason why I had the strap. But yeah.
I get you.
Yeah, that's why I mapped it.
I don't know. For me, yeah, I have it at C3 just because like I do video anyway, so it's just like for me to use my other hand to switch, it's fine. It still works for me.
Oh, absolutely. I would keep it there. But all I'm saying though, with the A9, it's much slower to actually do this. It's ridiculous.
That surprises me too, because I thought that was first introduced into the A9.
Because look, when I press the C3, look, I still have to go and pick. I still have to choose on the A9. I still have to choose. It's weird. So I'm hoping they do send out firmware update on the A9 to kind of refine these things. But that's why the A7R3 is just so much more smoother to use.
Yeah, way smoother. So I'm super incredibly happy with it.
Yep.
I don't know. Let's jump into the chat, man, because I know there's like burning questions right now, and we're terribly sorry for neglecting the chat, man.
All right, let's go ahead and just
hopefully they found some
hammer this out
in our
our discussion.
Or like start queuing up the hashtag QA guys.
Yeah, we're gonna start hammering out. Chris Cheeks asking, how is the 1080p 120 versus the Alpha 6500 120p? I can't tell right now. It's a bit hard to tell.
That's something that I haven't personally tested myself yet, as in terms of comparison. But just the joy of being able to use 120p in 1080 on the A7R3.
Yeah. And another question is, how good is it in crop mode, right? I mean, technically it'd be a little bit sharper or better. Who knows? So there's just so many questions that haven't been tested out yet, but that's a good question.
Honestly, I still couldn't tell a difference. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, in all my time shooting with the A7R2, people are telling me that it had that function before, but I've never noticed how it was sharper in Super 35 mode. So my guess is it probably wouldn't make too much of a difference to me with the A7R3. With the A6500, though, there's a clear sharpness and crispier difference with the A6500. So
there you go. Andrew December Q&A: 18mm bodice or 35mm 1.4 Sony Distagon?
What are the options again?
18mm bodice or the 35mm f1.4 Sony for the A7R3.
Oh, I don't. That's
35. I would say go to get the 35.
Two different leagues, man. Let's see. Austin Dunn Q&A: does the eye autofocus work in video? I don't think so. It's not. I don't think it's possible.
They're probably saving it for the A7S3. That's what I heard.
Dang it!
I heard.
rumor has it. A7S3. Face detection. Everything. Raptor detection.
Raptor detection. That's pretty good. Wife Fatube asks, what about the image quality compared to the A7R2? Is it better or what? That one is going to take some time. I thought the initial test that people did in the lab said it was marginally better. I thought that was the impression I got.
Was that it? I like dynamic range wise, it was still the same, right? Wasn't it?
I'm not going to comment too much because I don't know 100%, but there's folks that test there's people that test exactly just those things, and I mean, I like the image quality. Yeah, the image quality is great on the A7R3 as well as the A7R2.
Here's what I would say though, is that when I was shooting the concert with the A7R3, like my chance of getting their eyes in sharp focus was extremely high, like higher than I ever gotten with the A7R2. Like the A7R2, because it was in pitch darkness at times, like I said, it would just focus on something else. It wouldn't be their face. It wouldn't be their eye. But with the A7R3 being able to hunt that eye, it was just, I got more eyes and sharpness than I ever did with my other cameras. So it was pretty freaking insane.
It's crazy that autofocus, man.
Yeah.
Jordy's asking, do you know how to edit the A7R3 RAW files, aka Capture One, right? Capture One right now.
Capture One is your best bet. So I'm sure there's another one too, but yeah, that's your best bet right now. It's free. It's free with your camera.
Manny says the blackout is only for the first frame.
Oh.
You know what's interesting though? When I was shooting in silent mode, and I was shooting with not the high plus, but just regular high mode, I would see a white flash on the actual camera on the A7R3. I don't know. I was just trying to test these different modes out, just trying to get an impression on it. Unless it's because, let's see here. Yeah. I don't know. It didn't bother you though, right? I mean, it was
hasn't bothered me yet, but it's just interesting that you also pointed out that it has a high plus. That's pretty freaking.
I know, right? That's what I'm saying. It's an A65
plus. Yeah, it's crazy, dude. Crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like the color is a little bit better on the A7R3 over the R2.
I would imagine just with the better sensor, like the technology or how they're processing their files better at this point.
Yeah, even like I'm shooting the same white balance. Like this is one thing that really frustrated me was the fact that the profiles that we were shooting with for video, the A7R2, the white balance would always be slightly off compared to the A6500, the A7S II, and I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's because I'm missing a certain like little functions or little settings that the other cameras have that the A7R2 doesn't. But it's such a joy now that my color on my A7R3 matches my partner's A7S II and the A6500 that I'm shooting. So definitely, that's just a minor quirk that I had before, but the A7R3 obviously resolved that. Evan Pollinger asks, given your experience with the A7R3, what do you expect in the A7 A7 III? Honestly, the bigger battery, I think it has to come with it, right?
I would imagine just to keep parity with all of the systems. So you're going to get the perks of the updated body, I would say. That's just a guess, right? This is all just for entertainment value again, by the way. Similar body type, 2 cards, bigger battery. But probably you're going to get some performance tweaks, right? You're going to get probably less FPS, probably not the highest end autofocusing capabilities, 24 megapixel range, probably that kind of thing. That's the vibe I would get. 4K, I guess they would throw in there at this point. So that's just a guess. Yeah. 4K 30. Imagine they get that one 4K 60. That'd be pretty funny.
Buy A7R3. Peace out, man. Go for it.
That'd be really funny.
Eli Mellet asked, what are your thoughts on the RX-10 IV? Actually, that's for you, Danny.
RX-10 IV is it's a solid 1-inch sensor camera. It's really great. Autofocus wise, obviously, if you're shooting really low light stuff, it depends on your tolerance for noise. But I was shooting at 6400 ISO and I was shooting football with the RX-10 Mark IV. The files weren't, great. I mean, once you downscaled it looked really good. When you downscaled the files really small, it looked wonderful. But it's just the nature of that 1-inch sensor. But other than that, autofocus performance is really great and exceptional on that camera. So it's literally like an A9 with the 1-inch sensor. So
nice.
And a crazy zoom. Yeah.
So back focus 11 asks, what are your feelings about the A9 and the A7R3 battery chargers? Some is saying it's really bulky. Some don't like the cord. Is it okay for travel? Any alternatives?
You know what the alternative is, and you know what it is, Jason. You just use this. Just use this. I was using the USB Type-C cable. I love it. I don't mess up the plug anymore and mess up a port. Just goes. It works either way. Either way.
I haven't tried it yet, but does it charge pretty quickly with the USB-C?
Probably not, but it's great.
Yeah, I just back focus 11. Whatever people are saying, I completely agree. I feel like the battery and the cord is just so bulky, and the cord is too long. So, unfortunately, there aren't any alternatives right now. I think someone did send me like a third-party battery where you can dual charge it, but aside from that one, there's not really any alternatives for the
Guys,
A9
this is
charger.
all you need. This is all you need. USB Type-C. Plug it in.
Well, Danny,
Call it a day.
That's appropriate. Can't be showing that on the internet.
That's all you need to do. Just set the camera aside, and it's great. You're all good.
The miracle of charging.
Yeah. Once you get wireless charging, imagine on the Q charging. What do you call it?
Qi charging. This is the Qi charging. That'd be insane. Just set it down and let it charge. Oh, that's crazy. Wireless charging in the bag. Make that happen.
Oh yeah, Jean-Paul said the touchscreen. Oh shoot, I totally forgot about that. That thing is bananas. You can just set like a shortcut key and just disable and enable the touch function operation on and off on the camera. It's amazing. This stuff's amazing.
I didn't even realize that. But
you can just set a button. Totally forgot about mentioning that.
I had it on. I turned it off. I was just like, I have the joystick now. I don't need the touchscreen. Done. Game over. No touchscreen.
It's nice to know that you can quickly. That's what I'm saying. It's just more refined on the A7R III.
The customization now is just insane. It's just vastly expanded on the A7R III. Like I still haven't even touched my menu yet. I still haven't even like dived in deeper to see what else I can make my life easier with by setting certain things to like a different button. So it's just a matter of just keep trial and error.
And like I said, you have the My Menu option now, so you can isolate certain menus that you go to all the time. So you can pretty much just eliminate having to dive into the actual menus themselves, like really deep in there.
Yeah. Whew.
Caleb asks whether or not having your display quality set to standard or high makes a difference in the battery life. I heard it use 20% or more battery.
I don't know. I personally just like kind of looked at what like if there's any difference, and I really don't notice any difference if I make my quality high. Danny, have you experimented that yourself?
I knew the answer to this at one point. I totally don't remember anymore. So there might be someone more technically savvy in the chat that can answer that.
But I tried like switching between display quality standard and high. Looks the same. Like I don't know.
There's a reason for it. I don't think it has to do with necessarily how it looks, but there's another reason for it.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, I just don't recall.
Gotcha. Okay. Let's see here. David Gomez, thoughts on the GH5S? Came to the wrong channel.
I don't know. It's so hard. It would be so difficult to jump back to the Micro Four Thirds system at this point.
Yeah.
Unless your lenses, I think you talked about this, unless your Sony lenses were compatible with the Micro Four Thirds system.
Oh yeah. If I'm able to adapt Sony lenses to the GH5, oh yeah, I'll pick one up for sure. Dustin Francis says, yeah, thank you. I think you were the one who told me about it. It's the new MOA dual USB charger. They're the ones that charge the A9 and A7R III batteries. It's a third party.
Oh, what?
It's able to charge. Yeah, it's able to charge two batteries at the same time. Yeah,
they have one out now.
They have one out now, so it's on Amazon.
Okay.
Called new MOA or something.
Yeah.
So I kind of wish I knew that earlier before I bought my second charger. But whatever. Now I have two bulky chargers. What I want Sony to do is to make this charger for the A9.
Oh.
I don't even know where I put it. I don't know, Danny. Do you have this one right here for your older Sony cameras?
Sorry. Say something again.
Oh, do you have this one for your older Sony cameras? This FW50 charger?
No, I don't.
How
did you get one?
Oh, I just bought one. This is so much slimmer than the OEM one that comes with your camera. So I like this one a lot as opposed to the old one. So if Sony can make one like this, slimmer for the A9 and A7R III batteries, I'd probably pick one up.
There you go. Let's see. Going through the chat right now.
So Nathan asked, what are your opinions on the DxO Mark rating on the Batis 25? just a notch above the 3518 when paired with the AC. I don't know.
I haven't looked at those specifically, Nathan. Sorry. Chat Cyford said, I returned my D850 and got the A7R3. In my opinion, it blows the A7R3 away. Wow. Shoot.
No, it blows. Wait, the A7R3 blows it away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Wonder what Photomiac has to say about that.
Photomiac says, Nikon for life, for better or worse. For now, at least. Tone G says, I predict there will not be an A7 III. There's just simply no need for it. Ooh.
Oof, you're gonna hurt a lot of people out there that want one that's under $2,000.
I think it's gonna happen, man. It has to.
They have to have an entry level, I would imagine still.
Mm-hmm.
Socrates asking an A7 III price tag 2,100. Like I said, I think it's should be below 2,000. I would imagine.
Yeah, I would expect it to be like around that price.
Chris Barr said, "Should I keep the fake A7R3 tape badge on the 6500 to make me feel not so jealous?" Yes, you should.
Yes. Yes. So Tone G asks, I know everyone loves a joystick, but with a touchscreen, isn't that irrelevant? I don't know. I like the joystick way more than the touchscreen.
Yeah.
At least right now.
There's a place for both, I would say.
Yeah.
I like the joystick too.
Shin Yao asks, 24 to 70 G Master or the 24 to 105 G? Which one is for better for street and travel?
24 105, I would say.
I think so. Like if you want like more of a reach, 24 105 is good.
Okay, Alex Dalton's asking a question for Jason. What is your Alpha 6500 concert setup lens wise? Shooting my first one in 2 weeks. What would you use? An A7R3.
For me, I like using the full frame lenses with the A6500. I shot a concert with the 85 1.8 and a 7200 2.8. My God, so sharp. So that'd be my choice.
There you go. David Gomes says, Q&A, do you think the next A7S III will have no record limit? I don't know. Is that even possible?
It will still have it, I think. It will still have it.
Yeah. I don't think they probably want to encourage you to record more than 30 minutes. Unless they come up with some new way to dissipate that heat. I
think someone, gosh, people keep telling us what it's about. It's like something that has to do with tax or like certain thing.
Once it goes over 30 minutes, it's considered a video camera, and I think it's taxed differently. There's another fee attached to that. So that's why they limit to 30 minutes. But I would imagine that Sony would keep it capped there too, because it's a nice number to stick with, 2959, and overheating is always a problem with their cameras this time. So I don't know if they want to extend it past that. But hey, we're just not getting that Play Memories app. Anyway, moving on. So I'm not going to talk more about that. Let's keep moving on here.
John Lemon asks, what is better for the video, A7R III or the A9?
A7R3 now, because
you
got picture profiles. You got picture profiles on the A7R3. That's the thing. The A9 video is amazing though. I mean, standard, like whatever the standard profile is already, it's set up on it. It's really darn good. But now you have some access to picture profiles, so you're definitely going to get better performance now. Let's see. But I think the A9's full frame is going to be better because the Super 35 you have to go Super 35 on the A7R3, and you get 5K to downsampled, right? But the A9 is going to give you a 6K downsampled. So technically, the A9 is going to be, better quality in that regards.
Nathan asks, Jason, did you keep experimenting with the EOS HD Pro color profiles? I'm shooting with it right now, so let me know what you think. I did officially shoot a wedding yesterday with the EOS Pro color, and it looks really good. Just towards the end of the night when we were at the reception, for some reason the skin tones look way redder than, yeah, it just looks way too red. So I'm gonna have fun trying to color correct all that footage. But for the most part, anything outdoors, it looks fantastic.
Let's see here. Capturing Media is asking, is the A7R III overheating? And at this time, I haven't had any issues with it in full usage. I wasn't direct sunlight, but the temperatures were pretty cool for the most part when I was shooting soccer. So no issues yet. And I was doing a mix shooting of video and photos at the time. So
yeah.
Yeah, it's I could probably like, here's the thing. I could run an exhaustive test. I can have the A9, the A7R III, and just keep recording over and over until one starts overheating. Like, it's gonna show up. Like, you're gonna see the indicator come on at some point. It's just that if it can clear 30 minutes without any hiccups, Sony's done its job. That's the way I would put it.
I've shot 1 hour ceremony with the A7R III. Never, did not feel hot at all. Not even warm. So
wasn't like 50 degrees though.
No, I mean, again, thankfully California has a little bit of winter. Thank goodness.
Greg Smith, my only minor disappointment on the A7R III is that it has no intervalometer. I would gladly pay $3,200 for an A7R III with a built-in intervalometer. Maybe they can embed it somehow. Hopefully. Let's see here. I think we're almost at the end there.
I think so. So Nathan told me the DW profile is let's see, set the color face down 2 notch. Will do. We'll give that a shot. Oh, deep warmth. Okay, for sure. I will give that a shot.
Folks, while Jason Vong and I start getting to kind of wrapping it up in a little bit here, don't forget to like the video if you haven't had a chance to do that. We'd really appreciate it. Always love the likes on the videos. And yeah, that's, if you can, I'd really appreciate it. And again, show notes, if you caught this at the very end, I'll try to get show notes going after the show's over, but that'll be like another hour or so for me to get that set up for you. If you caught the show late this evening. Jason Vong, what else is going on? Anything else with the A7R III?
That's all from the top of my head. I mean, I'll have a video out shortly after this, but you guys already caught it already. But if you guys can do me a favor, go to that video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment still. That'd be greatly appreciated.
All right.
Danny, what about you?
Yeah.
Anything else? Anything else?
That's about it. My video that's coming out about the A7R III covered some stuff that we covered already in this video. But hopefully I can get it out tonight or tomorrow morning. And then
got you beat.
Damn it. You know what? Forget the example. I'll just export it right now.
Do it. Send it out. Just send it out.
I'll just crash my computer right on the spot. So now I gotta shoot. I don't know.
Cool, man. Awesome. Thanks so much, guys. Really appreciate you guys coming out tonight, joining us, listening to us gush over the A7R III. I mean, it's just a fantastic camera. And
yes,
what I will say is it's probably my new favorite hybrid camera for shooting. And I'm not just saying that because it's a brand new toy. It's just overall the experience with the A7R III is just miles better than the A7R II. And it's just one of the best that I've used for now.
You know what's really funny? When the A9 had come out, we were talking about it. Remember, we were like, hey, would you get an A7R III instead of the A9? And I think the talk was, yeah, I'll get the A7R III or something like that, right? It just had to have 4K 60p.
Yeah.
I just never did.
Never did. That's so that I completely forgot about that, but now that you reminded me, I'm just like, dang.
Don't worry, folks. When the A7S III comes out, it's going to have 4K 60p, and Jason Vong will say the same thing he did. He's going to switch over, and he's going to say A7S III is amazing. It's got the 4K 60p. So everyone be on the lookout.
Yep.
You're gonna have to get rid of your A7R III if the A7S III has 4K 60p, unless you keep both.
I think at that point I would just probably sell the 6500.
Oh wow.
I don't know, man. I'm full frame for life. Full frame for life.
Jason Vong's
Done
getting
with
rid of his
APS-C,
APS-C stuff, guys.
done with the
He's done.
APS-C. Tired. I'm just messing.
You can't forget about him. You told him all to buy the 16mm Sigma.
The Brown expects 2 videos from you this week, so good luck, Danny.
Damn it. Well, that's all good, man. I got like 5 on the queue. Just gotta pump them out. Oh shoot. Yeah. This A7R3, man. Crazy camera. Crazy camera. Guys, it's gonna do it for us this evening. Again, I'm your host, That One Camera Guy, here with
Jason Vong, about to get some tacos.
Hit him up, follow him on social medias, YouTube, Instagram, the Twitters. We'll catch you guys later on Jason Vong's channel next week.